we worked how we can move forward from land issues to some regulatory issues. But every time there were some partners in the regions, partners on at the national level that would help us. And here we are. I can't believe that this day has come, and we're very happy that we could implement this big project with the support of many partners. And I said that it's not only business for us. This is a long-term project. We're not only constructed and just left for Oslo and Kiev. We stay here. We'll always be here 24, 30 years. For us, it's very important to have a partnership with the local communities. We'll continue to invest into social projects, and we'll conduct public hearings. We're happy to hear any feedback, ideas about infrastructural projects, and we hope that in the future that the green uh, energy will develop. We'll have a lot of openings like today. We have opening today. We have opening next month, and then I think in the nearest future we will have more openings. So we don't want to waste your time because there are a lot of people that want to be thanked and to express themselves as well. I will give the floor to Mr. Maxim, the CEO of the company. Hello, partners, colleagues. It's a good day indeed. It's sunny one, and it coincided that the opening of this coincides with the first full-fledged generation day, and I'm here from the very beginning when there was only field and it was cleaned, and we would like to thank all our partners for cooperation, for the input they made into like Rodina company that installed these panels. So we managed to get tariff back in 2019. It's Electroswit company that that reconstructed the Orbita substation within a very short notice. Power Pass company, thank them for technical matters. Cherkasy for being very fast and everything. Indeed, it's one of the role model company in Ukraine that I. Local authorities, thank you for cooperation, for assistance provided, because sometimes you experience red tape with local authorities, but here everything was absolutely fine. Thank you, colleagues, and once again, I'm happy that this day has come. Thank you, Maxim. I think looks like you mentioned everybody, but there were so many people who cooperated with. Yeah, there were a lot of people or companies we worked with, but if I forgot somebody, please forgive me that. And now I'd like to give floor to Mr. Halvor from Oslo, who came especially to Ukraine after so many years. I think this is, I think it's the first video since the outbreak of COVID. And Halvor, it's glad to see you here.
And I hope you can translate
Yeah,
a little
sure.
bit on the way.
Sure, sure.
It's nice to see all of you, and it's nice to be here.
Дуже раді вас всіх бачити і дуже приємно бути тут.
I came from Oslo yesterday to participate in this opening.
Вчора з Осло приїхав, щоб взяти участь в цьому заході.
And it's truly impressive. I am personally in the learning curve in Scatec.
Я в Scatec ще в процесі в навчання.
I came in as a part of SN Power that Scatec acquired.
Halvor долучився до Scatec в якості компанії SN Power, яку Scatec купила.
SN Power is a company that is mainly developing hydropower.
Компанія SN Power, вона розвиває гідростанції по всьому світу.
And was fully owned by the Norwegian government.
І вона була повністю 100% у власності норвезького уряду.
I hope you can bear with us for some minutes. The sun is shining, but the more the sun is shining, the more we produce. in the backyard here.
Ми сподіваємося, що ви тут не дуже втомитесь стояти на сонці, тому що насправді для нас сонце – це дуже добре, тому що чим більше сонця, тим більше генерації.
The world and Europe, for that sake, needs energy and renewable energy.
Світ та Європа, вони нуждаються в енергетиці, особливо в зеленій енергетиці.
Up to 2030, they predict that it will be a 60% deficit in the energy need globally.
Після 2030 року прогнозується, що буде дефіцит приблизно 60% енергетики.
On my way down here, I saw, or Alina showed me, hydropower plants, potential for solar power plants, and Ukraine has a great potential for wind, solar and hydropower.
По дорозі сюди Халвор побачив багато потенціалу для гідро, сонця та вітру.
And if Ukraine aspires to be a fully integrated part of Europe, and I hope they do,
Якщо Україна хоче бути повноцінною частиною європейського ринку, і я так розумію, що Україна хоче,
Ukraine could be the battery of Europe.
Україна може бути батареєю для Європи.
So you have a great potential. This is just the beginning. Scatec is thinking long term, and there may be new opportunities.
Ми сподіваємося, що це лише початок. Scatec дивиться довгостроково і взагалі дуже багато можливостей.
But in order to grab these new opportunities, all foreign investors in Ukraine needs a predictable market.
Але щоб вхопити ці можливості, всі міжнародні інвестори потребують якоїсь визначеності регуляторної.
A stable legal framework.
Стабільна законодавча база.
And, of course, Ukraine aspiring to be an integrated part of Europe, so we can offtake all the energy Ukraine will produce in the future.
Ну і звичайно, щоб Україна була інтегрована в європейську електричну систему, щоб ми могли вже торгувати напряму.
A special thank to the Scatec team, of course, to all the cooperating partners, their colleagues, and to the local communities as well, which has been a part of this. I just want to say thank you to everybody who has contributed to this new power plant. Thank you.
Дуже дякуємо команді Scatec та місцевій громаді, які так сильно допомагали, щоб цей проект взагалі отримав життя. Дуже всім дякуємо. Дякую. Дякую. Thanks, Halvor. Thanks. На цій позитивній ноті, якщо
So this positive note, and since we recall local committees that provided our great assistance, I would like to give the floor to Mr. Oleksandr Skichko. We do appreciate his support and would like to stay in this region to start new project. Thank you. Thank you for the invitation. Good morning or good afternoon. It's great to hear that foreign investors say that here where we've been assisted the most, unlike in other regions of Ukraine, this Oblenergo is the example of for cooperation for other regions of Ukraine, which testifies of the good investment climate in our region, and we have opportunity for that. And it's great that these investment gates are open to new proposals. And for me, as the head of the region, it's great to hear. It's important for me. It's important that Cherkasy region would be full of all kinds of investment projects, including projects that have the mission of creating jobs, paying tax, not only creating jobs and paying taxes, but the global mission that will be evaluated a bit later. The mission of improving the environmental situation in our country and globally. Because one way or another, we move towards European Union partnership. We need to meet EU standards. And as of today, we'll do our best that the environmental situation would improve in Cherkasy region. And taking the opportunity and having with us the representatives of, as far as I know, that watches us, yes, we have a direct online broadcast. So we have representatives of EBRD and other financial institutions that participated in this project. We here in Cherkasy region, we've been working on projects that aimed at improving the environmental situations. The waste disposal projects. For us, it's a priority, and we have an approved strategy. Environmental protection strategy, and we are working on waste management strategy. But unfortunately, and we have to state that we we don't have a single waste management factory or facility here in Cherkasy. I'm traveling a lot throughout the region, and now landfills are filled, and we understand the legislation is imperfect, but one way or another, in the first treaty, the law, the waste management law has been improved, and we as the Cherkasy Regional Administration are ready to provide a platform for negotiations. And there are sides, there are communities, and so the amount of investments can be different. There, so if we start from a small pilot project, it's going to be a significant step forward towards sorting and treating the waste. I know that Norway taking leading positions in in this regard, and you made immense steps forward, even comparing with the rest of Europe. So we address you uh, with with invitation to come to Cherkasy region. Come here, we will meet you, we will cherish you, we'll provide all the possible support to make sure that these projects will be implemented. With having said that, I'd like to wish the stability, development to your company. Stability, I think, is the most important thing that we need here for businesses in Ukraine. And I'm sure the stability will last. And should you have any new investment projects, we're ready to partake. And so we're ready to make the investment climate even better. I want to be your investment nanny if there's any need for that. And when moving forward, we're modern. We want Cherkasy region to take leading positions in improving environmental situation and attract investments. Thank you very much. Alexander, thank you very much for your speech. Thank you for mentioning investments and climate. And waste is another painful topic. Waste is not just a waste; it's a resource for the energy, for energy. And you mentioned Norway is proud of this project. It's a little but powerful country, and we always speak about experience, and we're ready to share information that we gained a lot of support from Cherkasy region administration. I'd like to give floor to ambassador, Norwegian ambassador. You've been always a partner for us. When we have faced any issues or problems, you provided your assistance. So, Mr. Erik, I would like to give the floor to you. Thanks a lot for your support, and we hope to launch new projects in the future.
Mr. Governor, friends, ladies and gentlemen.
Друзі, доброго дня всім, губернатори.
I'm very happy to be here in Chigirin for the official opening of Scatec's new solar plant.
Я дуже радий бути на відкритті Чигиринської сонячної станції.
I'm also reminded that we are on historic land and that Chigirin once was the capital of the Cossack state, the Hetmanishina.
Я також дуже рада бути на історичній землі, тому що Чигирин колись був батьківщиною Козаччини, Гетьманщини.
As a representative of Norway, I'm very proud to be associated with the Norwegian company Scatec and its significant investments in clean, renewable energy in Ukraine.
Як представник посольства, я дуже радий представляти зараз компанію Scatec, яка інвестує багато в розвиток зеленої енергетики.
Cooperation in the energy sector is mutually beneficial for our two energy nations and an area where I am hopeful Norway can continue to offer knowledge and competence as well as investments.
Кооперація в сфері енергетики є дуже важливою між Україною та Норвегією, в якою ми сподіваємося, що буде продовжувати обмінюватись досвідом і інвестиціями.
Norway's substantial assistance to Ukraine is first and foremost an expression of political and practical support to Ukraine's reform process, and the main goal is to assist Ukraine's European integration.
Наша підтримка, вона так само виражається у підтримці реформ, політичній підтримці для того, щоб Україна продовжувала рухатись в європейському напрямку.
Norway will remain a steadfast supporter of Ukraine's sovereignty and territorial integrity within internationally recognized borders.
Норвегія буде залишатися постійно підтримувати Україну в її територіальній цілісності, незалежності в рамках України.
But a strong and stable Ukraine requires sustainable economic growth. Such growth can only come from the private sector, and foreign investment contributes to growth and employment.
Але для того, щоб Україна залишалась по-справжньому незалежною, потрібно економічні реформи та інвестиції від міжнародних партнерів.
Scatec entered the Ukrainian market in 2017 and has developed a significant project portfolio in the country.
Scatec зайшов в Україну у 2017 році і побудував вже велике портфоліо проєктів в Україні.
Only a few days ago, Scatec announced that it had grid connected and started commercial operations of its largest solar power plant in Ukraine, the 148 megawatt Progressovka plant in the Mykolaiv region.
Декілька днів тому ми оголосили Scatec оголосив про запуск нашої найбільшої станції 148 МВт в Миколаївській області.
So the solar power plant here in Chigirin is Scatec's fifth in Ukraine and second in the Cherkasy region, and it will bring the company's total production capacity to 336 megawatts.
Да, і проект в Чигирині є п'ятим проектом Scatec в Україні. Він збільшує присутність, і це останній, але в портфоліо, які починали будувати.
This is a significant contribution to Ukraine's necessary transition towards green energy.
Це великий внесок в перехід України до зеленої енергетики.
The plant also represents vital foreign direct investments in Ukraine. As a matter of fact, investments by Norwegian companies in the renewables energy sector, solar and wind, made up 20% of all total FDI in Ukraine in the last 2 years.
Взагалі, ці інвестиції, вони дійсно є великими в потоці міжнародних інвестицій. Наприклад, за останні кілька років норвезький капітал склав 20% взагалі всіх іноземних інвестицій, які зайшли в країну.
This means additional jobs in the region and more wealth creation for the benefit of the Ukrainian economy.
Це, звичайно, нові робочі місця і створення нового блага для громадян України.
Norwegian investments in renewable energy in Ukraine is substantial. Therefore, Norway was disappointed by the government's decision to retroactively reduce the feed-in tariffs in the renewable energy sector last year.
Норвезькі інвестиції в українську економіку є дуже великими, тому уряд Норвегії був розчарований, коли відбулося ретроактивне зниження зеленого тарифу.
And we're also concerned about existing plans to increase tax on electricity produced by renewable sources.
І також не додає задоволення те, що зараз може з'явитися новий податок на відновлювану енергетику, так званий акциз 3,2%.
So, Mr. Governor, I think it is in our common interest to promote and protect foreign investments in the renewable energy sector in Ukraine, such as this solar plant here in Cherkasy.
Пане губернаторе, напевно, це в наших спільних інтересах, щоб ми захищали ті інвестиції, які вже сюди зайшли і продовжують працювати.
Together, I think we should advocate the need for predictable framework conditions, including in the renewable energy sector, in order to stimulate further investments and economic development in Ukraine.
Разом ми маємо працювати на створення більш передбачуваного законодавства для того, щоб ще більше інвестицій заходило в країну.
Let me finish by saying that the Norwegian government expects all Norwegian businesses to exercise corporate social responsibility at home and abroad.
Норвезький уряд взагалі очікує, що всі норвезькі компанії вони будуть відповідати стандартам соціальної відповідальності як в Норвегії, так і в Україні.
This means that we expect them to assume responsibility for their impact on people, the environment, and the societies in which they operate.
Тобто всі компанії мають нести відповідальність за людей, за навколишнє середовище і за ті проекти і громади, в яких реалізуються проекти.
Scatec is such a responsible company. It is also committed to a zero tolerance policy of corruption.
Scatec якраз є такою компанією і відзначається також, що Scatec має нульову толерантність до корупції.
I'm confident that Scatec's operation here in Chigirin, as well as in other parts of Ukraine, will be a positive asset for the local community, for the region, and for the whole country.
Я впевнений, що внесок Scatec'у буде мати позитивний вплив на громади, де реалізуються проекти.
Thank you very much and congratulations.
Дуже дякую і всіх вітаю. Thank you so much, Erik. It's really inspiring messages, and we do hope that we all work together for more predictability and more projects in Ukraine in all spheres. Thank you so much. На цій добрій ноті так само хочу передати слово нашому важливому партнеру, голові.
On a good note, I'd like to give floor to Mr. Oleg Samchuk, the head of the Cherkasyoblenergo. Please share experience of implementing this project and your plans for the future. Thank you. First of all, I'd like to thank Texor and our main investor in the Cherkasy region and Cherkasyoblenergo for selecting Cherkasy region. Cherkasy is the heart of Ukraine, and so attempts of our administration, President, Cabinet Ministry, they have attempts to make this region investment attractive. So you have no desire to leave it, but continue to invest into Cherkasy region. Quite recently, less than a month ago, we opened a solar station in Kamenka village. It coincided with the Environmental Protection Day, and today it's a celebration Savannah Kupala's holiday, and we open a new green energy project, a solar station, 40 megawatts. So from Cherkasy Energo, we try to create maximum comfortable conditions for investors. We held numerous meetings. Understand that we had to build high power overhead lines and overhaul the Orbita substation. That's a serious business and required coordination with respective services and perform these works in accordance with the design paperwork. I'd like to thank the Scatec representative office here in Ukraine. It's a pleasure to cooperate with you. Everything goes smooth without any nerves. But until the very last day, we were a little bit tense. But thank all the stakeholders involved in launching this project, because we have to transfer electrical power to the grid, and we as the distribution operator, we guarantee the flawless transmission of the energy. And from Cherkasyoblenergo, we suggested to continue investment projects here in Cherkasy region, and we're in the process of negotiations of building a wind farm. And also you can see the Kremenchuk, near the Kremenchuk reservoir. So we have a lot of interesting opportunities for future investments in Cherkasy region. And as the head of the administration has mentioned, we lack the waste management factory in Cherkasy region, so we're ready to provide the maximum comfortable conditions for building this kind of plant here in Cherkasy region. Once again, thank you for choosing Cherkasy region. Significant work has been performed, and once again, the presidents and governments' intentions will not change, and we want to make sure that you could feel comfortable and confident here in Ukraine, to make sure that your investment plans will be implemented without any significant issues. Technically, the project was a difficult one. I thank you, Cherkasy Energo, for full support in every step of implementing. This is technically difficult project. And I'd like to give the floor to the mayor of Chigirin city, Mr. Viktor Harchenko. Dear colleagues, guests, this event, our Chigirin community is aimed at economical development of infrastructure, improving the situation in cooperation with international projects, and the launch of the solar station in the solar in the village Vitho, that is built using the cutting-edge technology that is used worldwide, is a significant event for Chernihiv city. It will help to create new jobs and stabilize the life of local population. So the Chigirin Council, City Council, thanks me to the Scatec company for their long-term vision, and with support of. So we have built a friendly and partner ties with Scatec company, and company Scatec has developed and implemented a number of social responsible projects. We signed the memorandum for cooperation between Chigirin and Scatec, and currently we're replacing the water pump stations in different villages of Cherkasy district. Our next project is the overhaul of the water supply system and obstetrics ward in this village of Vithe. And the village of Vratso, we plan to build a playground, and we know that we have representatives of the youth space here. They cooperate with us as well. We agreed and ready to cooperate in the future. And it's not going to be one-way assistance from your side, but maybe we can provide and lend some sort of assistance and support from our side. So we want to develop the project like this in the future, and I also would like to give you the honorary thanks from Chigirin City Council to Scatec company for cooperation with local authorities as part of the implementing various infrastructural projects and improving the social situation in the Chigirin settlement. So Marina, I'm giving you this paper. I hope it's not the first document like that, and I hope to have many other socially responsible projects in the future. Now I would like to give the floor to Miss Maria, who represents the youth organization of Chigirin. Good afternoon, dear guests and those who watch us online. I'm a president of the Youth Parliament of Chigirin Territorial Community. I'd like to thank company for supporting and creating youth space for our young people, who will help young people not only of Chigirin but of rural communities to the life of the community and participate in the social life of our district. Thank you very much for your company. once again, like the floor. Our important partner, it's Rodina company. My colleagues write me that we haven't mentioned HTC who'd help us to construct the substation. But I didn't do it. Wasn't unintentional. I apologize for not mentioning you. Thank you, Alina, friend. Thank you on behalf of Rodina company, on behalf of our director. I'd like to congratulate Alina, Maxim, and the entire Scatec company, Cherkasy region, with opening a new solar power station. For us, as the general contractor, the participation in this grand opening is especially pleasant. Why is that? Because it looks like we just signed a contract and we agreed the technical documentation. Now we see the results of that work. This is the very moment of professional happiness when you observe why you go to work, and it's very encouraging. So in our cooperation with SCADA, I would like to specify 2 points. First, this is a very demanding company. The company it's a standards and trend-setting company. So working with SCADA, we had an opportunity to grow professionally from inside. I think it's obvious for all the partners who participated with SCADA on all levels and in all projects. And secondly, I personally heard for the first time ever during the meeting with Scatec such thing as integrated. This is the company that is ready to work together to unite for one single goal. It's the company that demonstrates this win-win strategy where we're always in together, we'll be united and work on the mutual goal. We thank you for your trust. Thank you for building almost 200 megawatts. I mean, all the entire Scatec portfolio of solar power stations. We wish a new project, growth, useful initiatives, and we will be together. So thank you for such an advertisement of our company. So let's finish the official part and cut the strip and start the one, two, three. Hooray. Thank you. Everybody's welcome to take part in Fushan and relax and have informal communication.
Hello, everyone. It's a beautiful, almost sunny day, and I'm happy to be here with you at opening of Scatec Solar Power Plant here in Chigirin, Ukraine. My name is Tatiana. I'm Communications and Sustainability Manager at Scatec Ukraine. And for the next 20 minutes, I'll be here with you to give you the insight of this event and to show you our guests' thoughts on renewable energy, sustainability, and many, many other things. But before we start with our first guest, let me just give you a short overview of our plant we're actually at. So you see I'm by the administrative buildings, but you can obviously see solar panels behind me. So the area is 86 hectares, and a solar plant capacity 55 megawatts has started its commercial operation just yesterday on July 5th. And the investors for the projects are EBRD, Swedfund, and NEFCO. whose representatives will join us later at the cooperation meeting. So the duration of the project is 2 years, and during these 2 years, Scatec has actually, within the Chigirin project, held the reconstruction of Orbita substation and built a whole new substation, Green Cherkasy, and also built transmission lines between those two substations, 8 kilometers long. This is our second project in Cherkasy region. We also have other solar power plant in Kamenka, 32 megawatt capacity. And we also have one plant in Kiev region and 2 other plants in Mykolaiv region. But we don't only build solar power plants, we also care about communities a lot. We have social projects which we implement in Cherkasy region actually, and those are not only infrastructure projects, but also long-term value projects like educational activities, leadership initiatives, and we already spent 16.5 million hryvnias on these projects in Ukraine during the last years. And we'll tell you more details today about these projects as well. We have representatives of local youth who can tell what interesting things will be done during this year with support of Scatec. And I'll give a short video break before we start with the first guest. We'll be back in a few moments. Hello again, and we're here with Maxim Bovsinovsky, asset owner and executive director of SPV Green Cherkasy here at Chigirin plant. So, Maxim, how do you like the opening of plant today?
Thank you for giving me a word. This is a fabulous, great day. We have a lot of sun, which allows us to generate electricity. This is grand opening is fantastic, I would say. All the people here, I like it very much. It's really great. Thank you.
But I also would like to ask you, how do you rate the complexity of the project itself, during all these 2 years, with all the stages?
Okay, good question. In my own opinion, I would rate this complexity as medium. We had some obstacles at the beginning, especially with all this field that you can see behind me. It was full of concrete piles, 6 to 8 meters length, digged into the ground, so we had to put them out in order to clean everything and make it flat to put the panels. Later on, thankful to all our partners, which did really great work. We've done the project in time, and now it's the first day of our generation.
Yeah, and congratulations to us and all our partners, and thank you for all your continuous support. Stay with us. We'll be back in a few minutes with our next guest. Hi again. We're here with Robert Laviniko, who's a project director at Scatec Ukraine. And Robert, during these 2 years of Chigirin project, obviously reconstruction of substation Orbita was quite an important element, quite an important part of the project. So I would like to give you the main highlights you think they're important and to tell us more about this project.
All right. So yeah, actually, I would say that the connection of the PV side to grid was the most complicated and actually took the longest time for the entire project flow. And perhaps we made some mistakes within regard evaluation of the works and reconstruction needed for the connection. And unfortunately, when we realized how deep and how deeply we need to rebuild the substation, we actually changed all the schedules, and that was great to have really very professional partners like Cherkasyoblenergo, who provided a lot of advisory to us, and also we very grateful to company Podolsky Energo Consulting, who changed all the design, helped us to make new schedules and to bill of quantities, and did it really fast because we were already quite limited in time, and only such really strong professional support allowed us to finish everything timely. Actually, that is actually.
Yeah, so I understand support of partners is crucial, and we really see that during this project. Thank you very much, Robert, for this overview. Thank you. So we'll join you in a few moments again with the next guest. And we're here again with Mr. Halvor Fossum Lauritzsen, who's Senior Vice President of Special Projects, Scatec. And Halvor, I would like to ask you, obviously we are at the opening of solar power plant and we're all happy. So we know the situation in Ukraine might be, quite difficult sometimes, but still, do you see the potential with green energy projects in Ukraine?
Yes, I see an enormous potential here. First of all, Ukraine has very good sun radiation. Secondly, it's a hydropower potential here as well. And the third thing is it's a flat country and it's almost always wind in this country. So for all three of the main renewable resources, there's a great potential. And especially if Ukraine is now aspiring to become a fully integrated part of Europe, it could be Europe's renewable battery, in fact.
That's very optimistic, actually. Yes. Yeah, and I really do enjoy hearing that. I would also like to ask you about sustainability in general. So we here in Ukraine and in other countries where Scatec operate, we always have sustainability at our core of everything we do. And here in Ukraine, we try to be as an example of sustainable approach. What do you think best sustainable lessons we can teach our other Ukrainian companies? What are we the best in sustainability?
Yes, I think the best stakeholders to answer this question is the communities around. But I know that they are very happy. Scatec has provided assistance when it comes to water, sewage, health, youth, to cash compensations as well. So I think Scatec has done a very good job, but a job according to the normal standard of Scatec. Scatec is taking this always very seriously, but maybe the most important thing with Scatec is that they have a zero tolerance for corruption, which is also a part of the sustainability. And this, we hope that all other companies also will follow the same standard.
Yeah, I hope this approach will be general for all companies, not only for a few companies who care about future and green future especially. Yeah, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you, and we'll be back in a few minutes. Hi, Oleksandr Skichko, head of Cherkasy Regional State Administration, has joined us. Oleksandr, I would like to ask you, obviously, as a head of Cherkasy Regional State Administration, you have this holistic plan for the development of the region. You see all these aspects. And I would like to ask you, what is the role of green energy projects in the development of the region, of Cherkasy region itself?
I think that we should talk not only about the green energy, but also about other ecological projects, because ecology is very important for Cherkasy region and for Cherkasy people and whole Ukraine in total, because we need to be a part of the European Union, and it's very important for us to do some steps in this way. As for the green energy, I understand that investors are really interested in stability and investment
attractive environment,
and attractive environment. And as for the stability, this is the question for Verkhovna Rada, for the laws, for example, which are needed to be adopted. From our side, we can guarantee the good environment for every investor who are going to come. It doesn't matter whether it's green energy or other ecological projects, because we are interested in investors, in new working jobs, in taxes you are going to pay, and especially when these investors are from foreign countries. It's very special for us because it's huge companies with good image, with good names, and this is the face of our region, I would say like that.
I could say that your words give us a great twinkle of hope, and we hope for our cooperation in future projects. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, and I have an opportunity. Welcome to Cherkasy, welcome to Cherkasy region, and we are waiting for investors from all over the world. Welcome.
Thank you again. Yep, thanks. And in a few minutes, I'll join you with our last but not least guest, who will be talking more about social projects actually and community development programs. So as we're here finalizing our backstage report, I would like you to meet our community liaison officers for Chigirin and Kamenka projects. So for all Cherkasy region, Olga Boychuk is responsible for all social projects implemented here in this region, for all infrastructure and BOSS educational and leadership initiatives. And those are among the best of our initiatives. Olga, I would like to ask you, what should we wait in 2021? What projects are upcoming in Chigirin? Are these more focused on medicine or infrastructure, or are there also any educational activities?
There are 4 projects in this year. So the first one is modernization of water supply system in 2 villages. And one part is another project. So it is a water supply system in first aid center in one village of Vitovo. And we have 2 projects. One of them is creation a sports club for young people in one village, Ratseve. And another one is a help in creation space for young children for all region of Chigirin in Chigirin. So we have 2 projects for young people and 1 and 2 of infrastructure.
Thank you, Olga. That sounds like a great plan, actually. Thank you. So, dear online guests, thank you for staying with us today, and I'm wishing you all sunny days ahead. And thank you again, our partners, lenders, all our suppliers for your continuous support, for your belief in our success. It wouldn't be possible without you. Thank you. Stay tuned.